The rain is falling. The fans are soaked. But here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now Hall to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Jackson now. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. When you look at this defense, they enter this one down to the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Well, now they'll try the end around. There he goes left side. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr., his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Ravens need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now here's a throw out wide. Oh, this might be a double pass. His throw, a good one, and it's caught. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. The gun. They'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already, 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Walker. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
2nd and 1. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 70. And the Golden Eagles are an extra point away now from moving out in front. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Let's go now.
They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards, the final tally.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Ravens are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
180. Hey, shot.
Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. The Ravens had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
180. Sit up.
On the draw, it's Hall. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now 2nd and 5.
Get on.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Jackson. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Back to Walker on 1st down. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And, oh, boy, nobody wants to see this. That's the running back, Kenneth Walker, who appears to be injured. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Back to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick 6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. And the throw's going to be caught. And he'll be taken down after big yardage. But, folks, there is a flag down, and they're already walking this one back. They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
The first down pass. Intercepted. The Ravens take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A give running right is Hall. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
From the gun, it's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 1 now.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and sneak it here. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a gain of a yard, and it's good enough for a first down.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, the quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the gun, it's Walker. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This 2nd and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. He'll drop to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Oh, a design run for their wideout.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They go play action with Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Jackson. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Blitzed by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead holds at 8.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
The
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
In motion, the tight end. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Straight ahead, Walker. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll look to throw here. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks. Those are the kicks that you worry you might have to confront again in the end. You had a chance to go up by 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter, but your kicker can't convert.
The
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
180.
The tight end in motion right. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
13.
Jackson now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Throwing is Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Second and 9. Now Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? I mean, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's out right at the 25. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And the play is first down.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
We're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. They bring their punter out there now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Wanna quit?
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Hall ought to give up the middle. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
Oh, ready? Ready, shot. Sit up.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Hall again on 2nd down. Breaks through the contact. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Breece Hall, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. That's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the fourth. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run. But I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And this is going to be intercepted. Now he's loose at the 40. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They'll give to Hall. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Second and 10. They'll go again with Hall. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Jackson from the shotgun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stage. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
We've been at enough practices, and how many times have we stood on the sidelines and a unit goes out to kick a field goal and hear the special teams coach say, make sure you protect. First thing, protect. And here they give up a block.
Yeah, especially in a tight game like this, tied second half. This is when execution is so key.
They go over everything in the huddle. The last thing you're going to hear everywhere, make sure you protect. That didn't get done.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Back to throw here. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Connecting with Andrews.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Throw left side, complete to Chase.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get this out to about the 38-yard line.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's got Johnson.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
They'll go with a keeper. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. A wall of bodies there. Nowhere to burrow through the line on the quarterback sneak. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
A handoff for Hall. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Ball again.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Here's a give to Hall.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And his kick is indeed good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Sticking with Walker on second down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Ravens, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they will hit